As the war in Iran continues to rage on, Donald Trump is in his negotiations with the Iranian government. But I thought it was important to take a closer look at what is happening in Israel right now, specifically the war in Lebanon. Israel's been getting a lot of missile fire from Hezbollah in Lebanon. The IDF's response has been fairly weak, fairly meek. One would suspect that Israel would be able to roll their tanks right into Lebanon and overwhelm the ragtag Hezbollah with a Lebanese army that is completely disinterested and not engaged whatsoever. This would appear to be a relatively simple task. And yet, Jews are being killed. Homes are being bombed. The north is really hanging on by a thread. But we have some comments from the Chief of Staff of the Army, who maybe in a desperate bid to save his job is out there blaming, you guessed it, the public. The public who is heroic to a degree that no one even thought possible in bomb shelters and still with a spirit of war. The public is outstanding here in Israel. And Eyal Zamir, the Chief of Staff, he only has complaints. So let's take a look at what he had to say. Now, Eyal Zamir offers a grim warning. The military is going to collapse. Wow, that sounds ominous. IDF Chief of Staff Eyal Zamir gave a stern warning to the cabinet as the military faces operational strain and a personnel shortage. My goodness, sounds, like I said, sounds ominous. Let's see. Well, what happened to our story? Did Aracheva not give us the full story? Ah, here we go. Okay. That's a website glitch. That's not on me. Okay. So let's see. So, Eyal Zamir warned during a cabinet meeting on Wednesday that the military was nearing collapse due to operational strain and a personnel shortage. According to Channel 13, Zamir told the Prime Minister, ministers, and heads of the defense establishment the IDF is going to collapse into itself. And he's waving 10 red flags. Wow. Wow. Very serious. According to Zamir, there's an immediate need for legislation that includes a conscription law and reserve laws. Okay, this seems to be a little bit out of the scope of his job. Eyal Zamir is in charge of the army. What laws are being passed really shouldn't be relevant, but he seems to say he doesn't have enough soldiers. Right? The reserve force is having difficulty carrying the burden, given the large number of theaters in which the IDF operates. Well, Mr. Zamir, if I may so humbly give a piece of advice here as a citizen in Israel, perhaps if you were to start closing some of these quote-unquote theaters, then you wouldn't have this kind of strain. For instance, if the Gaza front were to be finished after, 2.5 years, how long does Eyal Zamir expect to be operating in Gaza? Does Eyal Zamir have a plan to win in Gaza? Because Eyal Zamir seems to want to just fight everywhere, have no victory, close none of these fronts, and just have soldiers forever fighting his wars. I don't know if anyone in the cabinet brought this up, but I mean, it sure would seem to be a fairly simple point. A military official noted that the missions are increasing in Lebanon, Gaza, and Judea and Samaria. Judea and Samaria? What is happening in Judea and Samaria exactly? What's the IDF do? Who are they fighting in Judea and Samaria? Reinforcements and manpower are needed. There are more settlements in Judea and Samaria, which is a blessing from our perspective, but more fighters are needed. Again, fighting who? Who is it that you're fighting? Weren't we told that the Palestinian Authority was there in order to keep the Arabs peaceful. Wasn't that what we were told? Isn't that the position of the IDF itself? So why do you need more fighters? Is anyone going to ask this guy any of these questions? Yair Lapid said he's going to cut 60 billion shekels for draft evaders. We'll enlist everyone. Enlist everyone, Mr. Lapid. Enlist them all. So what? Will you be able to actually win any wars? Will the war in Gaza actually lead to success at some point if you, quote unquote, draft everyone? Or is this some kind of social justice program where equality is the most important outcome? Is equality what we're fighting for, or is victory what we're fighting for? Because if it's equality, okay, I understand. Me personally, I don't care about equality. I care about winning. That's what I care about. Gadi Eisenkot. Yeah, listen, all the usual suspects. Now, when Eyal Zamir says he doesn't have enough reservists, let's take a look at this. Israel to mobilize 450,000 reservists as ground operation Lebanon considered. 450,000 reservists? That's what it takes to defeat Lebanon? 450,000? And he's complaining he doesn't have enough? I think that we have a different problem. I don't think we have a manpower problem. I think we have a leadership problem. Eyal Zamir seems to be completely incompetent. That's what it seems like. No one is going to ask Eyal Zamir, how many soldiers do you need and how long will this take? What is your plan to have victory? We don't care about Eyal Zamir's red flags. As far as I'm concerned, the biggest red flag that we have is Eyal Zamir. He is the biggest red flag. We have a chief of staff who has no idea how to win. Moshe Feiglin pointed this out a while back, and I thought it was an excellent point, okay? In 1967, it took 6 days to capture Gaza, the West Bank, Jerusalem, the Sinai, and the Golan Heights. 6 days it took to capture all of that. It seems like it takes Eyal Zamir 6 days to write a memo. We need more. We need this. We need that. You know, someone needs to explain to Eyal Zamir, you have everything you need. If you can't do the job, you need to resign. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard that no one in the cabinet can explain this to this big, fat, low IQ meathead? Why is that? You know, in Israel, we have all kinds of phrases and sayings, right? An old one used to be Shalom Achshav, right? Peace now. And then it was Nitzachon Achshav, victory now. You know what we need? We need a new slogan. Maybe this will be the slogan of Israel first. Totzaot Achshav, results now. That's what we need. We need to start seeing results because we are seeing none. Zero. Gaza is a mess. Hamas is still there. The Gazans are still there. Lebanon. I could take over Lebanon. Lebanon? Are you kidding me? They don't have an army. They have nothing. They have literally nothing. But the stories, they send leaflets, and they're sending messages in Arabic. Hey, listen, dummy. How about no more leaflets and no more messages? Forward, advance. That's what we need. We had, in 1967, our army was full of people, generals, everybody, every rank in the military, one after the next, could have replaced Eyal Zamir and done 1,000 times better job. let's ask this question. Does anyone honestly believe that Eyal Zamir is the top soldier that we really have in the army? Does anyone really believe this? Is Eyal Zamir really the most qualified man to lead our soldiers into battle? No one believes this. He is a political appointee of Benjamin Netanyahu. And he's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. The war in Iran is being led by the Air Force and the Mossad. That's it. Eyal Zamir has barely anything to do with the war in Iran. He's going to say that, oh, well, look at the success he had over there. He's done nothing. He's had nothing to do with the war in Iran, practically at all. But let's take another look at why there's a manpower shortage. This headline is absolutely incredible. IDF diverts forces from Lebanon invasion to West Bank. Why? To control Jewish violence against Palestinians. There it is. There it is. We, according to Eyal Zamir, we need to draft more soldiers and call it more soldiers to protect the Palestinians from the evil Jews of the West Bank. This is your right-wing government, ladies and gentlemen. We can't have the left. Would the left be really any different than this? And they're out there blaming, this is incredible, the Hilltop Youth, who are the only thing standing in the path of an Arab October 7th 2.0. They're the only thing that stands in the way. And we have the Jerusalem Post blaming them. Oh, they're the reason. Why? Because the IDF has prioritized protecting Palestinians. Eyal Zamir raised 10 red flags. How many red flags does this deserve? The IDF is Palestine first, Israel last. The IDF under Eyal Zamir is Palestine first, Israel last. Here you go. It's right here. These people. Well, I think the Haredim should be drafted. I'll get another sassy midwife living in New Jersey explaining to me, I think the Haredim should be drafted. Oh, okay. Thank you for that opinion. That's great. That's amazing. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know why we need to draft Haredim? So we can have more soldiers to protect the precious Palestinians from the evil Jews. That's why we need to draft more soldiers, enlist more soldiers. There you go. That's the answer. And Eyal Zamir going to the cabinet crying, oh, I need more soldiers. Give me more soldiers. Bro, we could give you 1 million soldiers and you couldn't do anything with them. Because you're fat, you're stupid, and you're lazy, and you have no idea what the hell you're doing. My goodness. Let's take a look at this. This is also amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, where we got pushed down. You know, you thought it couldn't get bad until you just see the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. But don't worry. I'm here to bring you up to speed. Oh my goodness. IDF Chief of Staff condemns, quote, morally, ethically unacceptable violence. Last week, Eyal Zamir condemned the violence in the West Bank. No, they're hurting the poor Palestinians. Oh my God, what are we going to do? What are they going to do? Now, you see, this is what I posit, okay? Maybe if Eyal Zamir wasn't so worried about ethics, like some kind of Ivy League professor, if he was more focused on winning instead of ethics, which again, he seems to just be making up as he goes along. I guess anything that he doesn't like is just unethical. That's how it works, obviously. If he was more focused on doing his job, which is winning, maybe we wouldn't be getting rockets from Lebanon. Maybe Hezbollah would be pushed all the way to Beirut, and we would have all of southern Lebanon, and we would finally have victory. No, 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 no. He's busy lecturing the rest of us about ethics. Ethics. We are facing the potential. It's not a joke. This is right there in front of us. We are facing, God forbid, the prospect of another October 7th. And Eyal Zamir is worried about ethics. He's worried about the Palestinians, and he's worried about ethics. Again, Benjamin Netanyahu's hand-selected chief of staff of the army. A chief of staff, no objections whatsoever from the fake Israel last right. Not from Ben Gvir, not from Smotrich, not from this one, not from nobody. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Now, Yechiel Leiter, well, we'll throw him in. Why not? Why not? We're busy discussing all the losers of the Israel last right. Let's discuss Yechiel Leiter. Why not? Everyone told me how great Yechiel Leiter is. Wow, amazing. He used to be a Kahanist. Let me just get it on camera. Blow my head off right now. He used to be a Kahanist. Oh, okay. Please. Israel's ambassador to the U.S., Yechiel Leiter, told Ynet that settler violence and the government's inability or refusal to deal with it are costing Israel friends in the U.S. It's very interesting. Now, unlike ethics professor Eyal Zamir, Yechiel Leiter is basically saying, I don't really care about Jewish violence against Palestinians, but it's costing us friends. Interesting. So according to Yechiel Leiter, the Jewish people in the West Bank should just sit by quietly as the Arabs try to murder them in order that we can get more friends in the United States. Your based right-wing Kahanist, apparently, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, wow, wow. It goes from bad to comically ridiculous with these people. Oh my goodness! Oh my God! What are we even watching? Well, let's see what's going on in the West Bank. They're not concerned about this. They're concerned about the evil Jews. Oh, the Jews! What are they doing to the poor Palestinians? Let's look at the translation. Let's see the translation. They arrived with ladders to the security fence, a massive infiltration attempt by dozens of illegal workers. They're workers. Yeah, that's it. They're just trying to work. How does anybody know that? This is what's going on in the West Bank. But Eyal Zamir, he's worried about the ethics. The ethics! What about these poor workers? They're just trying to work. They're trying to make a living. Let them go. Let them go. Right, Eyal Zamir? Eyal Zamir, come on, what about the ethics? They're just trying to feed their families. Let them right into Israel, right over the fence. The fence, but mind you, this is the the security fence. Wow, wow. And Eyal Zamir is telling us, don't worry, you can count on us. Don't do any violence. Don't do any, just, you know what, Eyal Zamir's advice, I mean, listen, I'm making a joke, but it's really sick. It's scary and it's sickening. But what they're telling us is what they told us on October 7th. They said, go into your bomb shelter, lock the door, and just wait there. That's what they told Jews on October 7th. And Hamas just walked right into these people's homes, sat down and ate a meal, and then went in there and murdered these Jewish people. That's what they're demanding from us now in the West Bank. No, you cannot do any violence. You have to sit by and wait patiently while this is going on. They're workers? Are you sure? And next time when they go over this fence with RPGs and AK-47s, then what? We have to think about the ethics first. We're going to think about the ethics. Is it ethical? It is. Let's see what else we have. Let's talking about Gaza. Talking about Gaza, right? This is a video of the goods that you can see. They actually are Israeli products, a lot of them. Insane and infuriating. Documentation of Order 9 from the Gaza Strip on the waste and folly of the humanitarian aid to the Nazis in Gaza, which is what they are. Which is what they are. Look at this. They're all with the approval of Eyal Zamir, everybody. He needs more soldiers. You know why? So he can deliver more aid like this to the animals and the barbarians of Gaza. I guess it's Eyal Zamir. He sees the Gazans, they beg for more aid. They demand more aid. He demands more soldiers. How am I going to deliver aid to the Gazans if I don't have more soldiers? Eyal Zamir, ladies and gentlemen. That stupid loser, Eyal Zamir. Why does this guy have a job still? Why does he have a job? They're moving 1 inch into Lebanon. We're moving 1 inch. We're going to go security zone. Just win. Just win. It's not that hard. It is infuriating. It is absolutely infuriating that this is what we have to deal with. Incompetence of the highest order, and not just incompetence, a whiny baby who sits there and cries and blames everyone else for the fact that he can't win. I need more of this, I need more of that, I need more everything. More, I need more. It's collapsing. It's collapsing. Then maybe we could find a guy to run the army that can actually use what we have to win. How hard is that? Anyone wants to tell me we can't find that? We can't find that. I bet our friend Apex Imperialist could do a better job. He was in the army. I'm fairly certain he could do a way better job than this fat loser Eyal Zamir. Embarrassing. Oh, but let's see what the government is doing with our money. You know, Lapid was very concerned about the money. He was talking about, we're going to cut the budget to draft evaders. Well, let's see what they're doing with money at a time when, you know, unemployment is high now in Israel, and the economy is really strained. No, I mean, things are okay, but Israel has a big war budget. So let's see what we're doing with our money. After pressure from Washington, our friends in Washington, to take action on the issue, the government will approve the establishment of a unit in the Ministry of Defense to deal with the Hilltop Youth with a budget of 130 million shekels. Again, no victory in Gaza, no victory in Lebanon, no victory in the West Bank. But what are we doing? We're having a new, what is it? A new unit. We have Arabs who are just facilitating smuggling weapons back and forth over the border, you name it. Listen, I just showed the video of the fence, right? This is going on everywhere. Everywhere there's a fence in Israel, this is going on. Why don't we have a new unit to patrol these fences, to make sure that these fences, this shit is not happening? No, the Hilltop Youth, that's what we need it for. Is that not the definition of Israel last? You're not going to protect Israeli citizens, but you're going to invest money and units and manpower to protect Palestinians. Is that not Israel last? Could you think of a more egregious example of Israel last than that? I can't. Eyal Zamir's got no problem with this, by the way. No problem. Listen. We may have no victory in sight. We have no idea how to get victory, but we will be morally ethical. Yeah. Thank you. Everyone take a bow. My God. Oh, finally here. Yes, that's right. This is what we need. Oh, is it gonna Oh yeah. We need a new national slogan. Results now. Yes. We need results. We don't want to hear crying, whiny little babies. We're not interested. We don't need this. Now, let me see if I could pull up a video real quick. Let me see if I can do this. I think it's this one. Oh, let's see. This is our friend Ofer Winter. Ofer Winter, pretty high up general in the army, but the army didn't like him. He wasn't so morally ethical. He was, pushing the limit a little bit. People didn't like it. So let's see what he has to say. Let's see if I can play the. I hope the audio plays, but we'll play it anyway.
מה זה ניצחון בשבילך?
שהאויב יצעק די. שהאויב יגיד מה שאתם רוצים. אני לא אומר לכם איך לנצח. אני לא אומר איך להכריע את האויב. תפסיקו לספר סיפורים ולתת הסברים. קיבלתם את הצבא הכי חזק במזרח התיכון, עם לוחמים, אריות, מילואימניקים שמוסרים נפש כל יום. מה אתם מבלבלים לי בשכל? אתה הרמטכ"ל. אני מבקש ממך, תנצח.
That's right. What are you mixing us up for with all this nonsense? Go and win. That's what we want, right? Oh, I need more soldiers. I need more this. I need that. This is this. I'm raising red flag. He's raising red flags. What red flag? You need to be worried that the enemy is raising the white flag. That's it. Don't tell us about flags. Do your job. And it goes from the top to the bottom. It goes all the way across. It's not just Eyal Zamir, but this guy. We're a nation at war. This is what we're dealing with? We got a big problem. People tell me day and night, oh my God, there are left-wing protesters in the street. I don't care. You have 1 million left-wing protesters. It doesn't bother me at all. The opposition said, I don't care what they say. I don't care. The right is in power. The right picks the chief of staff. And this is what we have. He's more reservist. Bro, you have everything you need to win. Go win. If you can't win, resign. No one can deliver that message. No one in the cabinet can deliver that message. It's embarrassing. Ben Gvir, Smotrich, anybody, wake up! We're fighting. We captured a house. Captured a house. You're the strong. What did he say? We gave you the strongest military in the Middle East. Go win. Listen, look, the results aren't there. Guys like Inoon Magal and other Likud water carriers, savlanut, patience. We say in Israel, nigmar lanu hasavlanut. Our patience is over. It's finished. It's finished. Go and win. Enough. Stop telling us stories and nonsense. Ofer Winter said it exactly right. We had enough. We want to win. If you can't do it, it's time to go home.